probably live.
Only probably?
Only probably.
Oh my god, what was Lynn's face? It looked like she's going like, no, when like, it was like a little, yeah. With her eyes, it's like,
Everyone's got a little face.
I know, but hers looks like surprised or shocked or like somewhat disgusted.
Just doing some inventory management.
I thought you were doing inventory management before we went live. Or recorded. You know what I mean.
Alright, I'm going to...
Forgive me if I shift around, Isaac. My back is still hurting.
I know. I'm not gonna, like, penalize you for that. What the hell else did I have in here that was, like, just sell only? The red gem, that was the one. Door keys are still a thing. Night suppress. These, I think, increase stats. That torch is a torch. There we go. Alright. Sold! Alright, I already picked the units that I want. So let's start this shit. And of course let's deploy Merlinus.
Because, he died last time?
Yes. I need to make up for that.
He needs the experience that he didn't get.
This path leads to danger. The pirates are waiting for you. Do you not think it would be better to find another route? You've risked much to come here. I can't let you leave empty-handed. Take this axe. What do you think? Nice, isn't it? However, it's cursed. It's a mighty weapon, but if one with bad luck wields it... Oh, terrible, terrible, I tell you. Don't lose it unless you have to.
The devil axe.
Just terrible.
Cat.
What was that?
That was the piggy bank.
Okay. As long as it didn't shatter.
No, it's...
Oh, hello!
It's on the carpet.
Pardon me, I was speaking with an old sailor a few moments ago. He told me that you're planning to travel to Valor, is that so? Really? And that's why you're playing tag with these pirates? I see. Just Lowen said nothing. Stone-faced the whole...
Here, bro.
In that case... Ah. Well, it was a cheap thing we picked up at Walmart.
Damn it, cat.
In that case, would you mind if I joined you? My name is Canis. I'm a scholar of sorts. I've been seeking passage to Valor, but none will take me. My proposal probably sounds somewhat selfish, no? You should know, I can help in combat. I've some skill with a form of elder magic. Some call it dark magic, a rather biased term if I must be blunt. But at the very least, I can take care of myself, and perhaps others. Oh my god, I got one of these guys!
I have to get some super glue. Glue his ear back on. Oh well.
What's this thing? You know what, let's go here, actually. And Hector, you visit this thing. That's the save girl.
I know! I was gonna say, like, isn't that just the save girl? Like, part of me wants to, like, throw in fourth wall jokes just because...
Oh, hi there.
I heard about your contest with the pirate captain, Fargus. You've got nerve, I'll give you that. Let me give you some advice. Don't try to overpower the pirates. Take the narrow path next to us and follow the wall up to the sea. Pass in front of the last house and stay close to the sea wall. You should be able to get to Fargus and win your game. Why do I know all this? Well, my sweetie's a pirate. His name's Jake, and he's the best. If you see him, tell him Anna's worried about him.
Alright, is there a Jake here that's a pirate?
Pirate.
Wait, I know one guy's got a name. Nope, Dart. So, alright, so we're looking for a Jake. See a Jake? I see pirate.
Pirate.
Nope, just pirates. No Jake. Alright, I got this guy now, though.
Canis?
Yes. He's a dark mage with a monocle. Look at him. Look how dapper he is. He's so dapper.
Aren't you happy?
I am. I have a dapper individual.
And it almost makes up for,
I kind of want to overpower the pirates. I know he just said don't do that, but...
she.
What moonclaves? I'd let them sit there if they didn't come any closer. Up and at 'em, mates, attack!
Fuck.
Did they just like block your way?
I kind of wanted to visit this house,
Uh-huh.
and this house,
Yeah.
and this house,
Uh-huh.
and this house.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of got to go through the middle for that.
Only kinda.
Well,
Also, you might want to keep someone posted at Merlinus. Just in case.
well, there's a wall here. I don't think they're coming through the wall.
You don't know!
I think it's most likely they'd come down that way. So let's wait him there. Her up there. Get Sarah to like here. And Priscilla to like over here. I don't know why I brought 2 healers on this mission. I had few enough spaces as it was.
Did you bring Dorcas?
No. Because they were all axes. I brought like all swords.
Hi, guy.
Oh man, I'm still using the Manicotti. Yeah, well.
Apparently.
Whoops.
Whoopsies!
I'll fix it next round. Alright. And we're boned.
Because like they just rolled in like a tank.
Killing age is 13 times 2. Steel sword is just 12. I think I'll be okay. Ow! Fuck me.
How much did you do?
Too much.
Too much.
Girl David Bowie, come save the day.
As always.
As
I'm-
always, it's
I'm-
Girl David Bowie.
I'm here for a reason.
I should have mended.
Yes. Wow. He is not looking too hot.
He had a bad day, and that was 1 hit. This is Kent. Alright, Kent. This is a terrible idea. What am I doing? Fuck.
You're gonna like lose to pirates.
Yeah, the only axe I brought was Hector. Ow! Fuck!
Oh, just try to level up. Yeah, I don't think you should be wasting your time on the houses.
I want the houses. Think of the loot.
Think of your party being killed.
Think of the loot. Think of the end of this series if I fail.
True. True.
Like-
We have to do 2 of these tonight, but maybe we only have to do 1. Eh?
Alright, he's only got a killer axe, so I can sneak in here. God damn it, Lowen. You're
God damn
terrible.
it, pirate. You're terrible. Hit him.
Yeah, I got a flux guy now, don't I?
Couldn't kill.
Nope. Alright, Kent. See, if I make Kent attack the archer,
He's gonna get destroyed by that.
by these 3 and those 2 and... I think my best option... even just like standing him there is bad.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Alright. Let's go with something like this.
Ooh, you sure you wanna do that?
God damn it, Elowood, you're terrible. Get out of there. Oh my god. Alright, Kent. I'm gonna rely on Kent. I believe in him. Fuck, I don't believe in Kent anymore. I think I lost Kent. But I was... fuck. Alright. I gotta hope Eliwood's a better target. And he can dodge. I think I'm dead. Who the fuck are these guys? What is this? Maybe we should join in. Lord Eliwood of Foray, you don't yet know the fear of the Black Fang. Start grieving, for I will teach you that to fear.
Apparently that's Black Fang. And he's gonna kill Kent.
You're about to die. Scream if you must. That is bullshit.
Wow.
Him out of fuck. How can I prepare for that? Alright.
Wow. That was something else.
Yep.
Like, to the point where, like, because this is a special, right?
Yeah, this is an extra mission.
Yeah.
They're intended to be harder.
Yeah, just call it, go back, and not do the extra mission. Because, like, you're dying.
I have to redo the entire previous mission if I'm gonna do that.
Wow, really?
Yep. And that's game.
Damn! Alright, restart. That's fine.
Nope.
Yeah, restart. That's fine.
No. By your rules, I only had one shot.
That's silly, though. I didn't really mean it.
You said I couldn't go back and save Urk. And going back and saving Urk.
Actually, I did.
Yes, you did, but it was off screen.
Yeah.
But I said I was gonna stick by your thing. And by your thing, I got one shot. And I blew it.
Aw, no, now I feel bad.
I had one. I took the challenge. I felt Kent was more important than the game, and I put Eliwood there. Granted, that fucking paladin out of nowhere was bullshit.
Name Damien, by the way.
Really?
Yep. With an A.
Oh my god. Bullshit.
You're your own worst enemy.
Yep. Like, that was bad. I mean, was it as bad as the other mission, like, just prior to this one, where fucking guys came out of nowhere? So I guess maybe I should have expected the unexpected. Like
I said, you needed someone to guard Merlinus.
Yeah.
Because, like, I expected the game to pull some bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but...
Yeah. I agreed with you, but I was like, no, maybe I'll be fine. They didn't do it in the first few rounds, but then, like, the later rounds, I was like, oh, that sucks, and now everyone's gone, because I did think... Plus, there was the whole thing with Raven where... And I read how to get Raven, by the way, just so anyone who watches this knows. I went and read how to get Raven. You have to get Priscilla, the fucking healer, all the way up through that nonsense, and talk to him.
Before he dies.
Before he dies, and I guess if you get Raven, you also get Lucius. Because Lucius didn't join us afterwards,
yeah.
So... I don't know.
This game is unfair.
Maybe I had to bring Lynn. Like, yeah, there's no indication of what you need to do
well, again,
without doing it and failing.
As I told you, with the whole getting Priscilla up there, because they have no indication of that...
There's no indication that they have any sort of relationship.
There's no indication they have any sort of relationship. So if you decided not to bring Priscilla? Or Priscilla, right?
Yeah.
If you decided not to bring her for whatever reason, because you wanted more firepower or more this or more that, whatever.
Yeah.
That's two people you automatically don't get just because you decided against bringing the one person.
Yeah, and that's
even before the thing starts, before you even knew that he was there.
Yes, because, yeah, I didn't know that he was a thing until after they decided, oh, there's prisoners in this room, and one of them's a turncoat, and we're going to put him here.
Yeah, exactly. So you didn't even know that was coming.
We didn't even get to see half these cool classes.
Yeah. But you didn't even know that was coming until after. So you even if there was any hint to the relationship of Priscilla and
you don't even know he's there.
You don't even know he's there until after you're already in the battle.
Yeah, like even the other instance that you could compare it to was like Dorcas originally.
Yeah.
Dorcas is there, but his wife just prior to that says, if you see my husband Dorcas, comment. And that's the tutorial for teaching you that kind of a thing. But that one tells you, this is the guy you're looking out for.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, and now there's guys. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a game that if I was going... I want to beat it. I want to. Like, in the long run of things, it is a game that I, at some point, want under my belt as I completed Fire Emblem. I want to do it, and I want to get all the characters to the end. I want to level them up nicely. Like, I enjoy Fire Emblem games. I can understand why they didn't localize a lot of them. Because, especially for, like, the young video game audience of the Americas, this is a hard game.
Yeah. Especially, and I don't want to say it this way, but for the Game Boy. This is for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
At the time where the Game Boy Advance was out, who had it? It was a lot of, like, younger, school-age children, maybe up to the point where they're in, like, 9th grade.
Yeah.
For the most part. I don't know, because by the time I was in 9th grade, DSs were already a thing.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where the people in the Americas who actually owned the system...
Yeah, I was gonna say, it ended around 9th grade, because I remember that around 9th grade, my friend, whom I will refer to as Max...
Yes, I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Max had a DS by the time we entered high school.
Yeah.
He had Pokemon Platinum, I want to say. And I had pretty much just moved in with my mom.
For myself, I never had a Game Boy Advance. I didn't even have the original DS. My first DS was the DS Lite.
Yeah.
So I kind of skipped 2 generations worth of handheld systems from Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I had some friends who had it, but not too many. So I can't actually say yes or no exactly to which grade they were or weren't. But again, this is very, very difficult. And it's the same point where the Fire Emblem game on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend who had that, and I borrowed it from him. I got through, like, one battle, lost someone, realized it was permadeath, and then, like, no, I don't want to deal with it because that's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And that's going to be too hard for me, and I'm going to be frustrated all the time, and be worried, and I'm not going to be able to actually enjoy the game. So I took it out, I gave it back to him at the next thing, saying, this is not a game I'm going to enjoy, because the stakes are too high.
Yeah. If you consider the guys that I lost, which would be Urk, Raven, and Lucius before that point. I may have lost others that I'm not thinking of, but...
No, I think that's basically it.
I lost Urk because he died, because the game was like, oh, and suddenly there's going to be extra guys here. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I lost Raven because there was no indication on how to get him, and Lucius is related to that.
Yeah.
So, Raven might have helped in that battle, since he's the mercenary, which is another sword. So, that might have made a difference, but realistically, I had one guy enter the fight, nearly die, had to swoop in to try to save him, and then, like, Kent got shafted.
It was game over at that point. Those guys were, like, two-shotting you.
Yeah.
And a game where half the time people are doing 2 shots around...
Yeah.
Being 2-shot is the same as being 1-shot. There's
Pretty
no
much.
chance to...
Yeah. You have to play...
get away, there's no point, there's no way to counter.
You have to play very defensively on one hand in order to survive. You have to play stupidly to get half of the characters.
Yeah.
Like Urk. Had to get all the way up there, I ended up losing Urk just as I got him because...
Yeah. Especially when it's like, can't remember the dude's name. The one with Lucius.
Raven?
Raven.
Yeah, where it has to be a healer all the way up there.
A, it has to be a healer all the way up there, and B, you have to rush it before he dies to essentially a neutral party.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other bit. Like, the guards attacked him, and I was like, oh, fuck me. I thought he was just going to attack me. But no, they had instigated against him first.
Yeah, you weren't even halfway up there.
Yeah, and I was like, is he gonna, like, beat them all because it's scripted? Or...
Nope. And then they just killed him. And it's like, not only do you have to get the healer up there, but you have to rush it so fast.
Here's the bit. As someone who has now played that mission, and I know how to get him, because I looked it up, because again, there was no indication in the actual game of how I was supposed to get him. Knowing all of that, if I went into that mission, and I took Lowen, Kent, Sane, Priscilla,
Yeah, all the guys on horses.
all of my horseback, rushed the middle, hoped that they could deal with the knights, because of the 3 actual strong guys there, neither of them can use axes. So, rush the middle in a desperate hope to beat, to get Priscilla up there. To get him, who's a sword user in that, where 90% of the other guys in that were lances.
Yeah.
So, 3 guys who don't have a weapon triangle advantage, needing to get into the middle of the fray, neutral at best.
Yeah.
Because they got lances.
Yeah, with your healer.
With my healer, who could heal them, so presumably. But getting them all the way up there, hoping that none of them kill Raven before I get Priscilla to the front, because I'm not leading with her. I'd have to lead with the other 3. And then, like, maybe sneak her in behind all those mages and hope that those mages don't fucking destroy those 3 knights I just mentioned. But, like, the sheer bleh. That would be a plan that I could put together knowing what I have to do.
Yeah.
But playing it blind like this...
And the other thing, too, is it's only going to get harder.
Yeah.
Like that's just it, is it's only going to get harder as you progress. So, like, what you just went through, yes, it's an extra mission, so it's a little bit, difficulty's a little higher because it's an extra mission. But still, it's only going to ramp up.
It almost makes me wonder a bit, because when I was playing Awakening, which is the one with the multiple generations, and I think I told you that there was, like, one fight where you've got to get in with Robin, talk to the Dark Mage character, which gets her to swap to your team, and you're still in the middle of all them, and then they get reinforcements, like, right there.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 characters that you fought incredibly hard to get there, and they're both fucked.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember looking that up because, like, I was like, how is this, like, actually how you're supposed to do this? How is this, like, fair? And a lot of people on the forums at that time, this is Awakening, this is, like, 2 Fire Emblem games ago. And a lot of them were like, what is this? This hasn't happened. This is, like, ridiculous. It's unfair, impossible. You have to have basically known ahead of time. Thank God that you can save every round, right? Mm-hmm. So you gotta, like, save, scum your way up there. But upon going back to this, the first North American Fire Emblem game available, I think half the people making that argument haven't stopped to think about a Fire Emblem game. Because that was clearly the case here. Like, we saw it twice. The first time with Urk, with the random 3rd faction coming out of the mountain, the pirates coming from the sea. We had it in that mission I just did, where I got just up to the combat line, where the enemy was interested in me.
Yeah.
And not even, like, 1 turn in, immediately 4 other guys who were all, like, sword and lance cavalry that I didn't prepare for rushed in and were within 1 turn of my guys.
Yeah.
Like, if it was they showed up and I had, like, they had 1 turn where they did nothing. I had, like, a turn to react, to be like, oh, I should withdraw my forces because now there's extra stuff in here. Maybe I should actually consider that other route.
Yeah.
But no, they appeared and immediately were close enough to hit Kent.
Yeah.
And he was the furthest of my units away. Eliwood was closer, and that would make Guy was the same distance. And Guy was that one guy who I put slightly too far that initiated the enemy.
Yeah.
So there was no way I could be prepared for that. Like, maybe, I'm going to presume, I'm not going to play the mission again just to see, but presume that no matter what I did, those guys show up turn 4 or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
So I don't go far enough forward to piss off the axe guy, assuming that's his trigger. Maybe if I go up the top, it doesn't do it. Maybe if I do go up the top, I still pass a certain line and it pisses him off, and then they all start, like, swimming around from the other side.
Yeah.
There's infinite possibilities that I'm not seeing, that I'm imagining someone in the comments might say. But, like, if we presume that they're going to show up turn 4 regardless, regardless of what I do, then are they sneaking up to attack the pirates? Are they on the pirate side? Because that's how it's been so far.
Well, it sounds like they're Black Fang.
They were Black Fang.
Which means that they're after you.
Yeah, they're after me. So does that mean they're just going to come up behind, possibly kill Merlinus, and then, like, try to shoot me from behind? And the entire point of that mission is ignore everything, get to the end.
I think that's what it's supposed to be, because that's what it was hinting at, where
Yeah.
even the person said, all the guy said is, all you gotta do is reach me.
Yeah.
Get around all my guys and reach me, you win. And the girl in, like, the hut, the save girl, was like, just go around and circumvent the whole thing.
Yeah.
You'll have your end.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were saying. Like, that's the whole thing, is ignore the battles, don't fight, just go, like, rush.
But, and I don't know what was in the other houses, because you never know what's in the other houses. I've had a lot of Fire Emblem missions in Awakening where you had to get to a house at a certain time in order to get a guy, otherwise an enemy gets there first and you just lose the opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's kind of another thing I'm playing off of that influenced some of my decisions there. But the first house I walked into there gave me a unit, which further incentivizes needing to check those things.
Yeah.
And
It's stupid.
and they put one behind the giant flood of enemies.
Yeah.
Maybe, again, triggers. I don't know what the triggers are. I'd have to go and, like, read through the transcripts for this mission and, like, the guides on how to do it or whatnot. But maybe if I was going around the top and I hadn't triggered the pirates and those guys show up, maybe the pirates just automatically swap sides. Or maybe at least Dart and the main guy do. Like, again,
We don't know.
there's
because
no way of knowing without doing it already. And I don't feel like that contributes.
it's not good game design.
It's not good game design for a game that punishes your failures
Yeah.
and doesn't incentivize consistently doing something. Like a game like Super Meat Boy incentivizes your failures because your failures show what you did wrong.
Yeah.
In a game like Fire Emblem, where it's save-based, I have to manually choose to save. I have to manually choose whether I want to take a mission or not. And if I make any mistakes with 3 characters who essentially need to go on pretty much every mission, I lose.
Yeah.
It's not like you lose, would you like to restart the mission? It was game over, back to start screen.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not even game over, restart mission, game over, go back 10 turns.
Yeah, like...
It's just, you're done.
And I'm fully fine for a difficult game. I'm fully fine for a difficult RPG. Both of these are fine.
Yeah.
I still think that this is a good game.
Yeah.
Like overall, it's got a lot of characters that you can get in touch with and favor their struggle.
I have one point I want to make.
Sure.
Just, it was said right from the beginning from our one very faithful commenter, you can't level up everyone
Yeah.
individually the same, etc. You want to focus on a couple of units, and that's that.
Yeah.
I find in this game it's difficult and it punishes you for trying to have different combinations of characters rather than relying on the same 5 to 7 guys.
Yeah.
Because there's a very wide cast of characters, and if you're not focusing on your couple of main units enough that they get the levels, when you get to something like this where you are getting 2-shot
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I didn't
you're-
bring Kent on my last mission. I don't think I brought him on a mission before.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where
Yeah.
even people who were your strongest guys, because you don't bring them or because you're trying to get other people to get their EXP up,
Or just their weapon doesn't fit
or
the
their
mission.
weapon doesn't fit the mission.
Like, even if I did decide to bring Dorcas, who is arguably my best unit.
yeah.
I made him a new class. He had, like, beefy axe skills. Plus, he could learn bow now.
Yeah.
But even if I had brought Dorcas, it was a mission where everyone had an axe.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, 4 guys with swords, which is the axe weakness.
Yeah.
So he would have been literally one of the worst choices to bring for that mission.
So it's one of those things where, again, because the cast is so wide,
Yeah.
and there's so, like, even in this, like, there's a bunch of things we haven't even fucking seen yet. So the cast is only going to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, which I like a lot of characters.
I'm not saying, though,
But you're right.
When you have to pick and choose who to bring on a mission, and you don't want the one character that's going to be really great for this mission to be low-leveled
Yeah.
because you don't know what's coming next, or what have you, it's not fair to have the permadeath and be punished for your mistakes because your characters happen to not be high enough level.
Yeah. I get you there.
You understand what I'm probably not articulating myself.
No, I fully understand you. Is that, as our commenter said, you can't level everybody, but even picking a small group, unless they're massively over-leveled, it's not the good choice. There is no good choice other than trial and error, which this isn't a game that promotes trial and error.
Yeah, it's you lose.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah. And granted, I was also playing it in a fashion that wasn't ideal. It's ideal to save before a mission, figure out what you're supposed to do, then do it properly the next time. And if you are dealing with the permadeath and, not save scumming to save everybody, then so be it. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it. Well, I hate to say that I hate to say it all the time. No. Mm-hmm. The points that you've raised have all been changed in future Fire Emblems.
Yeah.
Awakening had the option of whether you wanted permadeath or not, which, considering the fact that it had a lot of those kinds of instances where it randomly surprises you, I can understand it. However, if it's in the original game, so clearly, as much as people complained that it was like babying the game, the original games had that same kind of problem, and it can feel very unfair. And the point of leveling everybody, it's to the point in the newest Fire Emblem, Echoes, I think it is, which is a remake of the second Fire Emblem that was never released in North America. You have not only instances where there's like random mid-battles, so points to get extra experience against kind of like the same enemies over and over again, and like the dungeon crawl elements where you can choose to get into a fight or not, but at the end of every fight, bonus experience is dished out to every unit, at least as far as I could see from the extra thing. So it's a lot easier to give everyone experience. And
it's like an experience all, kind of.
Yeah. So, like, and I think it's mostly to deal with the healers. Granted, the healers in that one can also fight.
Yeah.
Like,
and again, like, you may bring up a point where it's like, yes, they're fixed in previous. This is the first Fire Emblem, at least the one that was the first one to be localized.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's one of those things where it's like gripes. Hopefully, as your franchise continues to grow and you get more games in it,
yeah,
you listen to what and you're like, how can we fix this issue that the players are having? Or how can we, like, I noticed this difficulty curve is a little bit steep. How can we address that? And imagine as new features are added to the next games, yes, it fixes some of these issues. But again, this is an older game. It's 2003.
Yeah.
We are in 2017.
Yeah, we've had 14 years of innovation of making games slightly easier and also just better quality of life.
I wouldn't even say easier. I would say more fair.
Yeah. Anyway, though, that is... We actually went overtime. It only took me 15 minutes to die. I think it took me 10 minutes to die. Like,
maybe it's just been chit-chatting.
Yeah. So it was nice to talk about the game. So, that being said, this is going to be backburnered if nothing else. Like, you're not having a lot of fun.
Well, it's one of those things where, for myself, A, I'm not a Fire Emblem fan in general, and B, to watch and to be here, tactical games, I'm sorry, I find them a little bit boring too.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of action, there's not a lot of whatever, it's the same motions, and it's just, oh, how are we going to be countered, or how are we going to counter?
Yeah.
And if you're playing, and you're trying to have that, like, chess-like thing with the AI, that's one thing.
It's hard to commentate.
It's hard to commentate when you just see little pieces moving around a board, and you see the same, oh, here's the same attack animation again, and again, and again.
Anyway.
And again.
I may pick this up again for stream. We may pick it up again at like a later date and just pick up where we left off without the one death rule. The point of this was to see how far we could get on one go.
Yeah.
That being said, what do you want to play next? Because I picked this. So what can they look forward to next week?
Oh God, I don't know. I have to think about that.
Didn't you want to do a Digimon World game?
I do.
Like you want me to play Digimon World 3, which is gonna get it running properly.
I really want you to play Digimon World 3.
Alright.
Digimon World 2 is also very good. You've already had a taste of Digimon World 1 through Digimon Next Order.
Yeah.
So you've already had a taste of that one. I'm not gonna make you play that one. But 2 or 3, you pick your choice. They're both really, really fun games.
Well, regardless of it, it'll be a game of Riffti's choice for next week.
Hey, and I want you to play it.
I will continue. I will play it considering that I'm not playing like anything on BrantFurred right now. I'm playing like Threads of Fate, which is like a past series that eventually Pheonix will be taking over.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm playing one game on BrantFurred right now. I don't mind if I'm playing this one too.
Okay.
Anyway, so we'll see you later, everybody.
Bye.
Sorry I died. Sorry I'm a failure. But like I said, you can either pick it up on me streaming. I might stream it, especially now that I've died. I might stream it.
Would you start from the beginning again, or are you just going to pick up from...
I'd want Urk again, and I already overwrote the save.
Ah.
So I'd want Urk again. I'd probably wind up restarting.
That's fine.
But it would also be a stream, so you could, live be there and complain at my terrible actions.
If you so wish.
Yeah, but that's my choice. That's my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good day, everyone.